shocked to be the prime suspect of a murder conspiracy?
I wouldn't have been shocked even if they blamed the plague on me. पर मैंने अपने आप को खत्म करने के लिए सरकार को कभी मौका नहीं दिया।
रैंड के हत्या के लिए अगर आप पकड़े जाते तो?
ये प्रश्न ही नहीं उठता। रैंड की हत्या में मेरा कोई हाथ ही नहीं था।
Would Rand still have been murdered if you hadn't wanted it to happen?
रैंड की हत्या से मुझे कोई दुख नहीं।
But wasn't it part of your plan?
नहीं, पर लंबे संघर्ष में समय समय पर ऐसी घटनाएं आवश्यक हैं। और संघर्ष की इस आग को जलाए रखने के लिए रैंड से अच्छी बलि और किसकी हो सकती थी?
Mr. Tilak, you certainly know how to walk on a tight rope.
I wonder if Bruin felt the same way.
Good morning, Mr. Tilak.
Good morning, Mr. Bruin. Good morning. One moment. Just बैठिए। कहिए।
If you can cooperate with us, Mr. Tilak, we can achieve a lot.
No, Mr. Bruin. Never. मैं आपके कोई काम नहीं आ सकता। इस हत्या के बारे में मैं कुछ नहीं जानता।
Nothing at all? About who did it?
हत्या का सुराग कोई आकर मुझे क्यों देगा? And anyway, Mr. Bruin, अगर मुझे हत्यारे का सुराग मिल भी जाए, तो मैं आपको बताऊंगा नहीं।
Mr. Tilak, don't you think the criminals should be punished?
अपराधियों को निश्चित सजा मिलनी चाहिए। इसमें मैं निश्चय ही कानून के साथ हूं। पर किसी के साथ विश्वासघात करना मेरी नैतिकता के खिलाफ है, मिस्टर ब्रुइन।
What is your suggestion, Mr. Tilak?
What I'm trying to say is that the rule of law is inferior to the voice of my conscience, Mr. Bruin.
But you said you would help us.
निश्चित। कातिल को पकड़ने में जो प्रयास आप कर रहे हैं, उसके आड़े में नहीं आऊंगा। ये भी तो एक तरह का सहयोगी है।
Pune is a city with a glorious past. This murder is a blot on the city.
Pune most certainly has a glorious past. और पूना की कई गौरवशाली परंपराएं हैं। और उनमें से एक है शाश्वत देश प्रेम।
Lieutenant Ayers and Rand have been murdered in cold blood. It's sad.
अगर वो जिंदा होते तो रैंड के अत्याचारों से न सिर्फ पूना की बल्कि सारे देश की स्वाभिमानी जनता दुखी थी। और क्या आपका यह मानना है कि स्वाभिमान सिर्फ गोरे अंग्रेजों का अधिकार है?
Tilak, I am an Anglo-Indian, not a white man.
तब तो आप हमारी भावनाओं को समझने के सही हकदार हैं, है ना मिस्टर ब्रुइन?
Let's not go into it. You know our differences are irreconcilable.
I hate the British rule in India because it is un-British. It is not based on the people's will. It is undemocratic.
The Anglo-Indian papers, they have branded you as anti-British.
But they forget that I paid the highest tribute to British democracy by following the best minister in opposing what I consider evil in the executive.
May I know who gave you this right?
This right was given to me by none else but the British democracy itself.
How?
Whatever may be the form of government over here in India, but I am an admirer of British democracy. And opposition is an essential element of any democracy.
So?
So I have constituted myself and my two newspapers as the permanent opposition parties to Her Majesty's rule in India.
I'm very impressed with your logic, Mr. Tillich. Unfortunately, the facts as we see them now do not support the situation. Right now, the facts are a bit different.
Of course, I know that.
The assassins of Mr. Rand must be brought to the gallows. The law has to and shall take its stand. I know you agree that the law is mighty.
But the necessity is mightier than law.
Who says so?
Not me. Goethe.
Mr. Tilak now quotes Goethe. Sit down, Mr. Bruin.
Yes. He says the law is mighty, but necessity is mightier than the law.
That suits me pretty well at this point. I shall have him arrested and put in behind bars immediately.
But on what grounds, sir?
Can we implicate him on the murder of Mr. Rand?
Sir, there is not one iota of proof. It would be damaging to us, him being acquitted by the court.
But we have to arrest him one way or other. There's a sword hanging over my head.
Hanging sword?
The British community of Bombay has put a threat of social boycott on me.
Oh, God.
And I don't want to get humiliated, like Lord Ripon. Do you get the point?
Well, I suppose I must find a pretext to arrest him. But we must be sure he will not be acquitted.
That should not be a problem. A good jury, maybe absence of any barrister to defend him, ensures a sentence.
हिंदुस्तान की सामान्य जनता को राजनीतिक कार्य के लिए इकट्ठा करने का पहला श्रेय तिलक जी को ही जाना चाहिए। सभा सम्मेलनों द्वारा उसमें चेतना जगाकर उसे ब्रिटिश शासन के खिलाफ मोड़ने का काम तिलक जी ने कर दिखाया। वह एक अनोखा द्वंद्व था, एक ओर तानाशाह सरकार, दूसरी ओर जनता के प्रतिनिधि तिलक। मानो शतरंज की कोई बाजी हो, दोनों पक्ष चतुराई और धूर्तता में बराबरी के थे। ब्रिटिश सरकार के पास तिलक को रोकने का एक ही रास्ता था, किसी बहाने उन्हें जेल में भेजना। तिलक जी भी अदालत के कटघरे को मंच बनाकर अपने राजनीतिक तत्वज्ञान का प्रसार करने के किसी ऐसे ही मौके की तलाश में थे।
मैं केसरी के मालिक, संपादक, प्रकाशक और विक्रेता होने के नाते अखबार में छपे सारे लेखों का उत्तरदायित्व पूर्ण रूप से स्वीकार करता हूं।
And then?
Due to the seriousness of this offense, bail is not granted.
स्लेटर का निर्णय पूर्णतः गलत था।
हम हाईकोर्ट में अपील करेंगे। तिलक जी, आप निश्चित रहे। 5 लाख रुपए की जमानत देनी पड़ी तो भी मैं जरूर दूंगा।
धन्यवाद डॉक्टर भटौरेकर। वैसे जमानत हो जाने तो दीजिए। दाजी, कौन है कल हाई कोर्ट की अपील बेंच में?
जस्टिस पार्सन्स एंड जस्टिस रानडे।
इन सब कारणों को ध्यान में रखते हुए मैं अदालत से विनती करता हूं कि आरोपी बाल गंगाधर तिलक की जमानत की अपील को स्वीकार किया जाए। As the matter is being heard only in the next 2 days in the Sessions Court, we refuse to intervene. The bail application stands rejected.
सरकार किसी भी कीमत पर मुझे छोड़ने को तैयार नहीं थी।
क्या आप ये कह रहे हैं कि आपको जमानत न देने का फैसला सरकार के दबाव में किया गया था?
मैं ये नहीं कह रहा। जमानत के विषय में इंसाफ के तराजू के दोनों पलड़े संतुलित थे। अब वो किस तरफ झुके, इसके लिए हवा के रुख को दोषी ठहराना ठीक है, तराजू पकड़ने वाले को दोषी मानना उचित नहीं।
And then?
The case was committed to session on 2nd of August.
When did you get bail?
4 August.
Who was on the bench?
Justice Badruddin Tayyab ji.
A Mohammedan?
I say Justice Badruddin Tayyab ji.
मिलॉर्ड, बचाव पक्ष को अपने तैयारी के लिए आरोपी का जमानत पर छूटना बहुत जरूरी है। इसके बिना न्याय की प्रक्रिया ठीक से पूरी नहीं हो सकती।
आप कितनी जमानत देने के लिए तैयार हैं?
जी, आप जो भी निर्देश देंगे वो।
अदालत आरोपी को 25-25 हजार की 2 जमानतों और 50 हजार के व्यक्तिगत मुचलके पर रिहा करती है।
What happened between your release on bail and our arrival here?
1 month is a long time.
Nothing much. We tried in Bombay, but we could not get a single British barrister.
What about Rand's murder? Any progress on the investigation front?
Yes. The efficient Mr. Bruin never stopped trying.
Why don't you try to postpone the court proceedings for a week or two?
Postponement. I thought of it. उससे क्या होगा? सरकार को क्या फर्क पड़ता है? उसने तो फैसला कर ही लिया है कि मुझे सलाखों के पीछे भेजना है।
That was friendly advice, Mr. Tillich. I did not act on behalf of the government.
Thank you, Mr. Bruin. इसकी कोई खास वजह? संयोग की बात है कि मेरे मित्र भी ऐसा ही सोचते हैं। उनका कहना है कि अगले 15 दिनों तक ग्रहों की स्थिति अनुकूल नहीं।
Bat ye high, Mr. Tillich. I am after these murderers. And if I catch them and arrest them, your trial will go easy.
Thank you, Mr. Bruin. I am touched by your gesture. लेकिन मेरा मुकदमा लड़ने जो बैरिस्टर आ रहे हैं, उनके पास और समय नहीं।
Is it someone from Bombay?
सरकार ने उसकी कोई उम्मीद नहीं छोड़ी।
That is why I am asking you, Mr. Tillich, to give us any information on this murder.
मानना पड़ेगा, Mr. Bruin. आप कभी हिम्मत नहीं हारते।
If you can give us some clue, something as to their caste and religion.
कैसी बातें करते हैं? आप तो एक पुलिस अधिकारी हैं। हत्यारों का कोई जाति धर्म होता है क्या?
Are you saying that armed revolution is part of their religion?
देशभक्ति, patriotism.
Mr. Tillich, you are impossible. Listen to me. The government will do everything it can to implicate you in this murder.
मुझे आपकी योग्यता पर पूरा भरोसा है, मिस्टर ब्रुइन। आप आज नहीं तो कल रैंड के हत्यारों को पकड़ ही लेंगे।
Oh, it might be too late.
आपने जो 20,000 रुपए का इनाम घोषित किया था, अभी तक कोई आगे नहीं आया। मैं तो समझता था कि 20,000 एक बड़ी रकम है।
You may choose not to cooperate, Mr. Tillich, but there are those who will speak for 20,000 rupees.
Mr. Pugh, that's the story so far. Now you have to carry it forward from here.
I will do my best. Mr. Tillich, it was a revelation listening to you. I hope you were not offended by my line of questioning, but I was acting in the best interests of the case. I had to know the facts.
I fully realize the importance of your stand. It has only made me confident in yourself.
Rest assured, Mr. Tillich, I shall leave no stone unturned in getting an acquittal.
मुझे क्या होता है इस बात को लेकर मैं बिल्कुल भी चिंतित नहीं। हाँ, व्यक्तिगत बोलने और विचारों को व्यक्त करने की स्वतंत्रता पर अंकुश न लगे, ये जरूरी है। The freedom of speech and expression must be protected. And I am sure you will do your best in the court tomorrow.
If criticizing government misdeeds is an act of treason, then the laws of treason must be changed. If presenting the common man's agonies to the proper forum is treason, then the laws of treason must be changed. If assessing the government's performance in a newspaper is an act of treason, then the laws of treason must be changed. Your Lordship,
I am most impressed by the histrionics of my learned brother. I know he has to play to the gallery, but up till now he has not answered to the specific charges, either in form or in substance. But let the drama continue.
I am thankful to my learned friend for his compliments. Thank God I do not belong to this royal school of drama. I agree, there is a sort of drama in this episode, but a drama on a much bigger stage is being enacted, resulting in the arrest of an innocent local newspaper editor. It's not a drama, but a tragedy of sorts, that the mighty empires of London and Delhi feel threatened by the perfectly parliamentary approach of a local language newspaper editor. The drama doesn't stop here. It takes a queer turn. The government is attempting to bury its draconian misdeeds by raising a false alarm of treason. And for that, they arrest a local newspaper editor. And what is his fault? He just reports these misdeeds in his newspaper. For the prosecution, this may appear to be a sort of drama. From the point of view of British democracy and liberalism, this surely is a tragedy colossal in nature. Your Lordship will kindly refer to the evidence given by the government translator, Mr. Begg. If you'll look at page 42, para 5, he says,
सरकारी अधिकारियों के जुल्मों से जन सामान्य को राहत दिलानी पड़ेगी. The common man should be relieved of excesses of government officials.
And what could the word for be relieved of in Hindi imply in the context of the article?
It could mean getting rid of the people.
What do you mean by getting rid of?
Killing them.
Objection, my lord. My client, Mr. Tilak, wishes to clarify his stand on this issue.
The word rahat in Hindi stands for relief. The exact translation then is, there should be relief for the common man from the excesses of government officials.
My objection, therefore, my lord, is that the translator has done the translation totally out of context. Your lordship will appreciate that my client is a renowned scholar. His knowledge of the language is far more profound than that of the official translator, Mr. Begg, who has no such claim over his mastery of the language. The language used in these articles is poetic in nature. It uses a variety of symbols and allegories. Obviously, it cannot be translated by an official translator. Even at his best, he can translate the words in form, but not in spirit.
I object, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Lang.
Your lordship, Mr. Begg is a simple man, and his translations may be simplistic. But we should also remember the readership. Only a simple man like Mr. Begg, and not professional solicitors like the accused, unquote, are going to judge the article at its face value. It is only appropriate, therefore, to accept the translation of simple men like official translators.
The court has taken notice of your objection.
The objection is not valid, my lord. The charges of treason are against Mr. Tilak, and not against his readers. Hence, the court should worry about what Mr. Tilak intended by his writings. Your lordship, my request, therefore, is to either accept Mr. Tilak's explanation on the intended message, or that a man of similar wisdom be brought into the court to do the same. Now, I would like your lordship's attention to be drawn to the evidence put forward by my learned brother. Please refer to page 74, para 4. He says,
My lord, claiming publicly that there is nothing wrong with Afzal Khan's murder by Shivaji in a public speech at the Shiv Jayanti Utsav may appear innocent. But then in the same breath to criticize the government and to pray for the rebirth of Shivaji, the entire episode takes on a different meaning. Did this sentence act as the trigger to the pistol that murdered Officer Rand?
Your lordship, this is a ridiculous line of argument. If the government thinks that my client was involved in Officer Rand's killing, then why don't they charge him under the more serious section of the Penal Code, that of instigation of murder?
Objection. Your lordship, may I please request that my learned friend try to defend his client under the existing charges, which according to me, he has failed to do so far. as far as his suggestion of prosecuting Mr. Telak under more serious charges is concerned, the government would be quite prepared to do so if he would share with us his knowledge of Officer Rand's murder.
Precisely my point, my lord. The government has no evidence against Mr. Tilak in this episode of Officer Rand's murder. Therefore, the charges of incitement or high treason against my client are totally baseless and frivolous in nature. Your lordship will kindly refer to page 84, para 2.
Your lordship, may I submit here that I am not trying to prove that the writings of the accused actually incited the masses. Under the provisions of the existing law, it is sufficient for me to prove that the article in question had potential to incite the masses against Her Majesty's government. The trace of potentiality is sufficient, and that constitutes treason.
What is the verdict? Is it unanimous?
No, it isn't. There is a difference of opinion.
What is the division?
Guilty 6, not guilty 3. Thank you, my lord.
The jury has found the accused, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, guilty as charged by a majority verdict. The court accepts the verdict. The sentence for such charge is of utmost severity. However, the court takes into cognizance the services by Mr. Tilak during the famine and plague. The court feels that a rigorous imprisonment for a period of 18 months would serve as sufficient deterrent to any further seditious activities by Mr. Tilak.
ये दूसरी जेल यात्रा तिलक जी के लिए मानो वरदान ही सिद्ध हुई। हिंदुस्तान में राजद्रोह का वो तब तक का सबसे बड़ा चर्चित मुकदमा रहा। उसने तिलक की प्रतिमा को विशालता प्रदान की। उन्हें जेल भेजने में सरकार कामयाब तो रही, लेकिन वे केवल एक राजकीय नेता नहीं थे, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर के महापंडित भी थे। उनकी सजा ने दुनिया भर के बुद्धिजीवियों में खलबली मचा दी। यहां तक कि जर्मन महापंडित मैक्स मुलर ने भी महारानी को पत्र लिखकर तिलक को हुई सजा पर पुनर्विचार करने का अनुरोध किया। इस दबाव से मजबूर होकर सरकार को तिलक को 4 महीने पहले ही रिहा करना पड़ा। लेकिन उससे पहले बंबई में प्लेग फैलने के कारण तिलक जी को एरोड़ा कारागार भेजा गया था।
जेलर साहब।
यस।
सुना है तिलक महाराज को यहां लाया गया है।
हाँ, ठीक सुना है।
क्या मैं उनसे मिल सकता हूं?
क्यों? तुम्हें उनसे क्या काम है?
जी, मुझे उनसे अपील के लिए अर्जी लिखवानी थी।
ठीक है।
खाना क्यों नहीं खा रही हो?